Hello people, and welcome back to another video on Can You Make It the Narrow Gauge Railway. Okay. Today we're at the newly added oil field to take a cut of oil, of raw oil, down to the refinery. As we have two locomotives to choose from, a fireless 060 tender engine, as you can see is an 060 because it has no leading wheels, 6 drivers, and no trailing wheels. And you see it has a fireless locomotive, as if you compare it to this 040 saddle tank. It doesn't have some hookstack and it doesn't have a firebox. If we come around here and look at the cab, that's because all of its steam or whatever it's using for pressure is in a big tank on top of the wheels and on its tender. We're going to be taking the 060, not 060, 040 out for this run, as it is a fast little thing. And I have a soft spot for saddle tank 040s. Go ahead and run her out of the shed line and over to where we have a cut of cars prepared. We have 6 flatbeds with oil drums on them and a brake van, and to hopefully control speed and heat, though I am playing alone, so it's basically just dead weight. Hopefully we don't run away on the hill. We might. Right, the bridge is there, unlike last time when we attempted to do a coal drag for the second time. So we'll go ahead and head down. Take these cars, hopefully not wreck. I have let off the throttle to let it build speed, and yes, this is technically a runaway, but if I were to run her in backwards, as I am now, she quickly regains control of the train, which is exactly what we need. Even if I were to throw it into forward, where it once again regains control. Go around the sharp bend with no problems. Though sometimes I've noticed runaway trains will take that bend pretty easily. Go across the bridge, passing over standard gauge tracks. I might do a video on those at some point. But right now, we're just going to continue with our little engine and its little train of oil. Past a Y, and on along the tracks. Get a nice cab view. Have a switch lined against us. And switch that, and on we go. Full forward, high ball. Up a small grade. And you can't tell, this is one of my favorite games on Roblox. My all-time favorite would probably be either Forsaken or Blue Train and Friends, although unfortunately the Blue Train and Friends series is a bit of a problem to follow, because every so often when they try to continue it, the dev team has problems and ends up stopping. Forsaken, on the other hand, is a great game. It's a great Dead by Daylight parody, and I love it. Unfortunately, I can't play it currently as my account is too young, because I had to make a new one because I got hacked a few weeks ago. I'm slowly rebuilding things. I've been trying to rebuild my YouTube channel with long form videos instead of just shorts. There will be shorts. That's pretty awesome. When I go rail fanning, and of course I'm gonna have to repost the footage of when I went and saw Big Boy, the big, largest operating steam engine in the world, the big 4884 mill arrangement steam engine. I didn't realize it, but we've gone through the sawmill and on the opposite side of it now. And coming up on a bridge I'm going to have to reload in, as the bridges were, and all spawn points really were broken by the update. We'll just continue on until we get closer, and then I'll hop out and regenerate the bridge, and then we'll go across, hopefully have no problems. You can see off in the distance when it's rendered, if it'll render again. I don't think it will, but off in the distance was a line to a tramway, and the second half of doing cold drags. It's a bit of a rickety arch bridge. It has a bit of a tell when it's starting to get unstable. The cross beams will start falling, and the arches will start to lean to a side, as it is doing now. But thankfully, we are across the bridge on its own ground. See why I like this little 040? It is a fast little thing, it is a strong little thing, and it just kind of keeps on trucking. Unlike bigger engines that like to derail and just kind of go flying. This is a good old engine. And then we have another bridge that is out in front of us, so we're just going to crawl along. If it will ever register. There it goes. There it goes. It wouldn't register me tapping on it. You don't want to hop out for fear of losing the control. We're just going to let the engine roll down on our own accord, because you can take these curves pretty easily. Now I'm going to have to Y it, which is basically how you turn trains around if you don't feel like taking off the engine and turning on the around on a turntable, or you just simply don't have a turntable. So it's the point. We'll have to go down around where we came from, so we'll go around the Y. Go and pull into the passing loop first. And of course, this is what I'm showing off right now is a passing loop, is where you would park a train in when you need to stop for a bit and let another train pass you going the other way or going the same way on single track or double track. Mostly single track lines, as there's not much opportunity for passing. While we're here, we can do a short little demonstration on the white notation and how steam locomotives are classified. Right? Just spawn on a few examples of different steam locomotives. First off, we have what this is how the white notation of engines. If you want a more detailed breakdown, go watch Heiss's video on this. But basically, in short, this is a 082. No leading wheels, driving wheels, which is a powered wheel powered by the cylinders, which are these things here, and two trailing wheels, which in a big engine that has a tender would support the firebox, but in tank engines usually supports the cab bunker for fuel. This is a Heisler type locomotive. It cannot be classified by the white notation because its wheels are on bogies. And this is where the limitations of the white notation come into effect, as it is for engines that have wheels bolted to the frame, such as this little contraption here, which is an 040, even though it has this little counterweight in the middle. It doesn't touch the rail, so it doesn't count as a wheel. If you were to try and classify this or a Shay, as I have just spawned in, it would be more likely a 404. Yeah, I'm just going to let that be there for a headache for anybody who doesn't like that. Anyway, let's get this train turned around. We're backing up now. Again, the 040 exhibits her ability to get up and go. To stop. And once again, go. The load is on the engine. We are tugging. Once again, she's getting up to speed pretty well. Switch the track. Make sure we're going the right place. Don't need no wrecks. Because wrecks mean the right video ends. Alright. This bridge. We're just gonna let her coast over the bridge, thunder across, through the tunnel. Ring her in for the tight curve that she somehow made around, and keep on going. We have a bit of a balloon loop for getting trains around through these switchbacks. I don't know if these count as switchbacks, but I think this sort of going down the mountain, swapping back directions back and forth by looping around counts as a switchback or not. Somebody tell me what counts as a switchback or not. Anyway, I'm just gonna let her coast down, around the curve. Everything's still on the track. We're gonna pass the passing siding. You see the bridge we went down a minute ago, or across a minute ago. Very unstable thing. We're closing in on our destination, so we have a couple more bridges to pass, and I believe the next one is out. Yep, it's out. The spur going off to the right that I'm currently looking at leads to a steel mill, which if it weren't for it's a bit off the beaten path, I would go and pick up some steel and have deliver that as well as the oil. But we gotta prioritize. We're moving crude oil. Can't stop for any other reason. We're contracted to move these seashells to short crude oil, and we are going to move it. This bridge I hate with all my being because it is a very buggy, very glitchy, very unstable bridge. And we almost lost our run there because this 440 came very close to derailing. The brake man should have derailed there, but it didn't. I guess she's just too determined. Coming in. 2 more bridges to cross. Very shallow one here to cross. A curved bridge. Oh no. One thing I would like to point out about the engine is that not only does it get up and go pretty easily, but it does stop really easily as well. Go ahead and go over a viaduct now. Very pretty looking as it goes across. One more bridge out. Yes, I believe one more bridge out. Passing another passing loop, and I believe it just unrendered itself, but yeah, I believe I see our destination. I was wrong again. There is one last bridge to cross. One last bridge, and it might be the undoing. But it seems it won't, and as we roll into the oil refinery, I realize I've landed for the wrong track, and there's a dead steam engine over there. I'll have to check out that thing. But first, we switch to the right track and we'll unload. Let's see if we can kick the cut of cars. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed watching in this video. It might have been a bit boring, but at least we made $330 put towards unlocking a special engine. Go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and spawn in some cars. Well, tankers and barrels, and of course we have a scrap car, a lot of scrap rails, and a scrap engine. That looks to have been a 080 perhaps, but it's missing an axle. Yeah, missing a lot of parts. I hope you all enjoyed it, and see you in the next one.